Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my December 2024 TBR. So I have a lot of books here. I don't know what I'm going to read. Right now, I'm in the middle of, I think, like 7 books. And I didn't mean to do this, but I feel like I keep changing my mind about things. So I want to read that right now. And then I'm having trouble because I'm doing the read what you own, but I am going through a library phase where I went and got some library books, which was not a good idea. All my Libby loans are coming through and I'm like, I can't do it all. So there's a couple books that, again, I'm not talking about, the only one I'm going to talk about one that I'm in the middle of because it relates to what I might read later in December. But I'm still like, I have too many books on the go. So these are all books, if I can clear off the books that I can. I have only one obligation read, which is my buddy read with Berna at Berna's Bookish Adventures. And that is The Vampire with the Dragon Tattoo by Carolyn Sparks. This is book number 14 in the Love at Stake series. So we are closing in on the end. There are 16 books and a couple of novellas. Are you okay? Anyway, these are fun paranormal romances with vampires and other things, and they're funny. And this one is following a character who had been injured in another book, and so I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. And again, they're vampires. It's fun, and again, we get to see a lot of the other characters within the world, but it focuses on the one main character. So anyway, we're looking forward to another one of those because they're just a fun read. So we're technically starting that on the 30th, which is the day this video goes out. So I will be starting that, and then I'll go through the first couple days of the month to read that. Cooper's a little needy right now, just in case he whines a little bit more. I just got home from being at my parents for Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, those of us who are in the US and did that. He's a little upset. I was gone for 2 days, and they get so whiny because my brother feeds them fine, but it's not the same. Anyway, so then I have on my list is 3 books that starts a series. I will talk about other series books, but these ones are the ones where I want to at least try them. I'm not saying that I will read them fully this month, but I want to try them to see if these are series I want to read. And one of them was a gift from Lindsay Reads. Lindsay Reads. We went book shopping one day and she bought this for my birthday. It was really sweet because we went around that time. Anyway, so I'm trying to get through some of the books that I've gotten as gifts. I haven't done a great job of that, but this is the first book in, I think it's the Bone Season series. I just kind of spaced out on what this is. Anyway, so this is the new editions that came out. And so anyway, I got the first one. She was really nice to give it to me. So I want to read it to see if I like it. And it has to do, I think, with people, it's like futuristic London, I believe. Something, or maybe it's just a world that looks like it. I think it might just be a different world. But anyway, this woman, Claire, I think is her name, and she or Paige. It's Paige. Wrong book. Anyway, so she, I think, has some kind of psychic abilities, and there's some underground thing that she is involved with, and then she gets caught, and then she gets thrown into something else. I have no idea. I read a couple pages of it one day, but I was like reading a little bit of a couple of books, and I decided against it that day. But I do want to try to read that at least a little further to see if that is a series I want to get the books. I know that the 5th book, I think it's the 5th book, is coming out early in 2025. So it would be nice if I, if I started the series that I would read it, get it caught up on it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. One of my 24 books in 2024 is Blood Mercy by Viola Roth. This is the first book in the Blood Grace series. So I've had this book for a couple of years. I got the audiobook last year and I haven't listened to it yet. So I have the audio or the physical. It's a very slow burn. I think it's a, fantasy romance. I think it's a lot of political stuff with I don't know if it's a king's, she is like the bastard child or whatever. And then the other one is a Hesperian, which is kind of like, I guess, a vampire. So I'm not sure. And they're, like I said, they're trying to make an alliance for something I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I've heard so many good things about this series. I've always wanted to try it, and I haven't even tried. So I would like to do that, at least try it and see what happens. And then the other one for my 24 books in 2024, which again, I didn't do perfect at, but if I get a couple of these done, I'll at least be over. I think I'm over halfway with DNFs and ones I read, but I would like to try From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a book that was one of the first big romantices that I know about that was huge, and I was not interested in it at the time. Well, I wasn't reading a lot of that kind of stuff, I guess. So anyway, I didn't really get on the hype train. And now, of course, there's like multiple series and a lot of books. So I want to at least try to read the first one and see what I think, if I want to continue or not. So I do also own the audio on this if I want to listen to it rather than read it. We'll see what happens. Okay, so those are ones that I want to start. Here are some continuations. So they're the next books in series that I've gotten. Some of these are pre-orders that I got, some are not, that I wanted to get the next book before the third. Are these all second books in series? These are all second books in series, so they're all at least trilogies or more. We're not sure. So the first one I have is Apples Dipped in Gold, a fairy tale retelling by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the only series I've read from her yet. I do own King of Battle and Blood, which I should read as well because it's on my 24 books in 2024, but I'm not going to force that. But I have read the first book of this series, and so they're fairy tale retellings. I'm guessing it's a Snow White one, and it has to do with, I don't remember if they're fae. I don't know. I can't remember. There's some brothers, and they all, it's kind of, the last one was like Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it was like a lot of other ones all kind of thrown together. Anyway, they're just quick reads. I would like to try to get to that because I bought it. I have Sunbringer, which is book 2 in the Fallen Gods series. God Killer was the first one. So I really enjoyed that one, and I want to know what happens because the way that it ends, because I was so surprised and I really enjoyed it, but I just haven't got around to picking up the second one. So I would like to pick up that one. I also have the second book in, I don't know if this series has a title, but the Undertaking of Heart and Mercy was the first one. This is the second one, The Undermining of Twyla and Frank by Megan Bannon. He is sitting on my arm, so that's why it looks, I'm holding it this way. But anyway, this is, again, this is like a fantasy. There's a romance in here, but it's a lot of, like it's just, I can't remember, it's a kind of country, like it has like a different kind of area to it that's kind of patrolled by these people. And I think these are kind of the warden kind of things. I think both of them are. I can't remember, but they, this couple is older, so this will be interesting. And they have their backstories. And so I'm not sure how it goes because I haven't read it yet, but I really liked the first one. And then I have the second one in the Tome and Tea series, book 2. I believe this is, I thought it was only going to be a trilogy, but I believe she said there's going to be a fourth one now. So A Pirate's Life for Tea is book 2. And I really enjoyed the first one. I read it when it was indie. So I have that book, and then I bought the sprayed edge ones. The first one, which I can't think of the name of the book right now. Can't spell treason without T. So I really enjoyed that. This one I'm looking forward to because they continue on from what happened there. So those are all continuations. Actually turns out to be second books in series that I've owned, some pre-order, some that I just bought that I'd like to get to. We'll see if I get to any of them. And then a book that I really want to get to, because this would finish the D'Artagnan romances. And technically it's like, it's in it, but it's not fully connected because it doesn't have all the same characters, but it's kind of this, it does have some of the side characters from the Three Musketeers and 20 Years Later. And, or it's, no, I guess it's just Three Musketeers. So this is the Red Sphinx, sorry, by Alexander Dumas. This is, again, it's the last book that he wrote about kind of the Three Musketeers time frame. This comes after the Three Musketeers, but it is following another character, which I can't think of his name. but he interacts with Cardinal, I always want to say Colonel, Cardinal Richelieu and the King and Queen of France. And so this one was unfinished because he died while he was writing and it was being serialized. So the last section is actually a short or a novella that he wrote earlier that tells the end of this tale. I can't remember what it's called. I can't remember. It's like it's like The Dove, or I can't recall. I think it's The Dove. So, anyway, I would really love to get to this. I'm not sure I will. This might be one of my first big things of 2025, but I would like to try. So we'll see. Anyway, this was also translated by Lawrence Ellsworth. He's done new translations on all the books. So this will be my first one by him, because I did another translation. I did mostly David Coward, the ones I've read over the years, and earlier this year. So we will see. I don't know. But well, I do kind of want to read that and finish out all of that, the Three Musketeers world, or the D'Artagnan romances. So, but again, this is related, but it's not, it was a late writing, and then, he didn't get to really finish it. Okay. So, and then the only other books the one I have started that I'm in the middle of is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. My hope is to finish Elantris early, because I'm not going to finish it before the end of the month, but like early in December, and then read The Hope of Elantris, which is in the Arcanum Unbounded. I'm pretty sure it's in here. I guess I just assumed it was in here because I thought I checked it off that that's where it was. Yes, The Hope of Elantris, because I've already read The Emperor's Soul. So I want to finish up the Elantris arc, in the Cosmere, before I continue on to Words of Radiance. Or I might, and there might be some other short novellas in here that I read before I get to Words of Radiance. I'm going to check publication date. I'm going to try to finish my Cosmere reading by publication date. So, but Elantris was one of my places where I kind of, I tried it, and at the time it didn't call to me, so I put it back on my shelf, and then I didn't, it's been over 10, 15 years since that happened. But I am in the middle of this now. I'm probably about 100 pages in. I have to check. But the point is that I'm hoping to finish up the Elantris stuff and any, novellas that I need to read. That is other parts of the Cosmere that came before Words of Radiance. Before I start Words of Radiance, which looks like it's going to probably be January before I get to that. But we will see. Anyway, so that's that thing I'm doing. And then I just have a couple of books that are maybes I'd like to read. One is a classic that I picked for this month. I just want to read more Virginia Woolf so I can read her biography. And again, I do want to read the rest of her novels. So I just got a copy of The Voyage Out, which was her first novel. It was published in 1915, and it talks about a young woman who is traveling by boat to South America somewhere, and she falls in love with an aspiring writer, and I'm sure it just does not go well. But anyway, I didn't realize how big it was, this book. But anyway, I'm going to it's like 380, a little bit longer than I thought. But anyway, I still want to read that because I'm going to go back and read all the older ones that I haven't read, and then finish out the couple of later ones that I haven't read yet. Because again, I want to read her biography, but I need to read more of her stuff because she is a writer that I respect, but I don't always like everything I read about her. It's just I'm very interested in the different ways her writing goes in different books. They're all so very different so far that I've read. And then the last two books are books that are for the holiday season. I thought I better add a couple of them. I just got A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sarah Simone. This is the first book in this series, because I think there's more now. Anyway, so it has to do with a woman who gets a job on a Christmas special or something, I think, a Christmas movie, and then she is was an adult film star before, so she's trying to keep that under wraps. And then she meets the guy who's going to be in it, who I can't remember if he was another act. Oh, he's an ex boy band member. So he has a squeaky clean image, or he's trying to clean it up. I'm not sure which way it goes. And he knows who she is, and you know, they're not supposed to be fraternizing, but they do. Anyway, I hear he's really cute. I'd like to read that. And then I also got The Nightmare Before Christmas, a royals and romance novel by Sarah Rash, I think. Anyway, so this is, I think, the son of Christmas and the son of the Prince of Halloween. And I don't know if they're in competition or something, or it's a fake competition. I don't know. They have their own issues. I don't know, but it sounds cute. And I wanted to read it while in the season, since I didn't get it during Halloween. So I'll get it this fall season and try that. Anyway, so those are all the books that I'd like to read. I just need to stop. Again, I think the reason I went to the library so much this last week was because I can't buy books. Like, I can't physically go out and buy a book. I mean, I am dying Black Friday and I can't buy any books. It hurts me. I don't know why they do it at this time of year. Anyway, but I haven't bought anything. But I have gotten a lot of stuff from the library, which I need to stop. So we'll work on that. But these are all books that I own in my collection. They're all books I wanted to get to before the end of the year. We'll see what I actually get to, because as I said, I'm like in the middle of 7 books right now and I am all over the place. So I have no idea how this will go. So anyway, what are you guys reading for December? Have you more of a more theme? I mean, again, I did a lot of series stuff I want to get to, a lot of books that have been on my shelf for a while. And then, you know, a few holiday reads. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, let me know what you're reading, or if there's any of these that you think I definitely need to get to, or I definitely can push off until next year. And I will see you guys later. Bye. What are you doing, Cooper? Yeah? Yeah. He's so cute.